Oh,
Hey,
hello.
happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. How are you
Tuesday.
guys doing? So excited to spend some time with you again. So let's say hi to everybody real quick. Hi, Bang from Indonesia. How are you doing? Megs and Cheese. Hey, girl. Have Pit will barbecue. Josh, be safe driving. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. I was telling Eddie that I feel like you should change your name to Has Pit will barbecue because you has a pit now. You didn't have one before.
I argued with her,
He
Josh.
argued with
Yeah,
me, Josh, but I'm just saying
he was
has
counting. He was
pit.
counting his pit before he had it.
Yeah, well, maybe the will.
Are
He
they
will have pit will barbecue. The will was silent.
are they going to change it to has luggage will travel?
Well, I mean,
Has luggage will travel.
maybe they have
Oh my
to.
God, they're going to change the printing on
Oh
everything.
Lord, it's just a big mess. It's
What
all
is happening?
Josh's fault.
Lisa's here.
But Lisa, we're so excited you're here because we're going to be talking about the cruise that we're going to be taking together. And Randasita, hello. Thank you so much for listening while you're at work. That means a lot to us.
Mendocita.
Antoinette at Fun, I have such a special place in my heart for you. You're the very first live we ever attended, and I just love you to death.
I will forever remember the story about the snake.
Yes. How many we've talked about that and laughed. That is the funniest story, Antoinette. I know you know what we're talking about. And cruising is fun anytime. Funny story.
Well, gee.
I was trying to type hi to you and I forgot the R and it said cussing is fun anytime. And then I hurried up and I corrected it and put the R in there. So cruising and maybe cussing. Cussing is fun anytime. Arc Adventures. Hey guys.
Hey now.
So glad you're here. Katie P is here.
You
Will
know,
G's here. Will G, are you walking again? Yep, he is. Will G for
well,
you, buddy.
you know your buddies when you find a funny TikTok and you share it on your TikTok account just so your friends can see it. The dog playing the drums.
Yeah.
So it reminded me. It reminded me of Andrea.
Yep.
2 times. First, it's a little mini pen.
Yep.
And then secondly, it's playing the drums with its tail.
Yeah.
Because she plays drums.
That's Andrea out of the way, right?
I got to find one playing the banjo.
Yep.
And then it'll be boom.
With a glass of wine.
Yep.
With walking wine.
We got a drumming a little mini pen.
Yep.
You can check that out on our TikTok. Huddle Adventures TikTok account.
So I hope everybody's having a good week so far. It's been like a doozy for me, if I'm being honest.
Well, honey, it just started.
I know.
It just started. It's been a long week for me, too. Everything at work needs to be done yesterday.
Right.
And everything's an emergency. It's been a crazy 2 days. The past 2 days have been nuts.
I have been so busy that the days are going by fast because I'm so busy. But at the end of the day, I'm just like, I'm ready for bed, yo.
Megs and Cheese travels.
It has already been a heck of a week. See, Meg?
Well, the good thing, guys, is we'll wake up tomorrow and it will be hump day. So most of you guys, that's just getting up for work. That's the hardest part of the day,
right?
What
day is it?
Hump day.
The Humpty Dance is your chance to do the hump.
Hey, Marv, it's hump day.
Talk to me, baby. Come on.
Do the Humpty Hump.
No, you're supposed to do the talk to me, baby.
I don't do that part.
Do you see what I'm working with? It is really difficult for me to carry all the musical influence of Huddle Adventures by myself. But dang it, I try, people. I give it my best.
I don't know what we would do without her.
I know.
Okay, who else got in here? Someone else came in here. The numbers are growing.
Eddie Lugo Studios, yo, yo, yo. It's my second favorite Eddie in the whole wide world.
Eddie Lugo.
Love me some Eddie Lugo. Hi, TNT's Adventures. How you doing?
How you guys doing?
I'm so glad you came in after I sang because that might mean that you might join us again in the future.
Let's not chase them off early.
Okay.
So guys, we are happy you're here. As we were saying in the opening, it has already been a little bit of a brutal week for Laura and I work-wise.
Yeah, it really has.
And I'm fighting off the beginnings of a migraine headache.
Jennifer P. Oh. Aubrey loves it when I sing.
There you go.
The Humpty Dance is your chance to do the hump.
Okay.
Talk to me, Aubrey. Do the Humpty Hump.
Now, who is Aubrey?
Aubrey is my 3-month-old granddaughter. Our 3-month-old granddaughter.
Okay.
I took all the credit.
There you go.
because she's perfect.
Oh, Cruise Nuts is here.
Hi, Cruise Nuts.
All right, guys. So we're going to get right to it. It's not quite a subtle tease, but in the thumbnail for our live, if you saw it, you see it had Jen Held in the thumbnail.
It did.
And it said, "Oops, we did it again."
Oops, we did it again.
And I actually came up with that.
I had a more verse to it, but
hey, Carson.
Hi, Carson. Mama's Adventures. Hi, Monica.
Right. So it's kind of funny because I looked it up. In April of 22, John Held announced his group cruise that just happened in February of like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think it was February 25th or something. So they just got off this group cruise like 2 weeks ago. And
hey,
he announced it was coming, and Laura tagged me in it.
I did.
And but we didn't do anything with it. So anyways,
because I want to hang with Held, if I'm being honest.
Well, we know that, but we couldn't do it. The timing didn't work with what we were doing this year. But when we saw it pop up again for this coming year, 2024, I called Laura. I said, we need to book it. So we went ahead and we did. We booked it. We reached out to one of our travel agent specialists and made arrangements and got that thing booked. And we're excited about it.
Yep.
And we joined the Facebook group. So it is, for you guys that are unfamiliar, I believe his first group cruise was in 2007. And it was the For Fun's Sake #1.
Yeah.
Of course, they didn't know that there was going to be a series of them at that time. It was either 07 or 08. And he had a blog, a website with a blog. And he invited all of the members of his blog, all the people that subscribed to his blog. And that's how they did it. So obviously over the last decade, Facebook has become
bigger and bigger.
And Facebook has replaced his blog.
Yeah.
And he's got such a huge following on Facebook. So anyways, now we're up to #6. This is For Fun's Sakes, #6. And we thought it was cool because the timing of it works good for us. It's going to be February 17th, 2024. We joined his Facebook group for this cruise right after we booked it. And we were like, there's over 1,800 members. And here is the little twist. You get to register to be part of the group in August. And it's $50 a person to register to be part of the group.
And it's going, the registration, Lisa, we better chat. Lisa Chauvin is going with us on that because I'm not with us, but she's going too. And so Lisa, we're going to have to you know how at midnight when you log in to, check in for your cruise, we're going to have to mass hurry up and register for that.
Well, the thing is
crazy.
It's limited. It's capped at 700.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to that part. So there's already probably over 2,000 people in the group now.
Mm-hmm.
And only 700 of them are going to be official members of the group. So that's a little bit of a wrinkle, and it really doesn't matter to us. If for whatever reason we don't make it into the official group, we'll still be on the cruise, and we'll get to capture it off. So we wanted to book this as, cruise vloggers. We thought it'd be cool to be on part of this because we haven't done one yet. So we're really excited about it. And Lisa said that she has cruises booked in January, February, and March of 2024.
Which means that Lisa has room in January of 2025.
There you go.
For the Tropic Like It's Hot group
Tropic
cruise.
Like It's Hot.
Yeah. To work on that.
We got to work on Lisa and to get her to stray away from Carnival for one.
Yes.
Now we have cruises booked in January, February, and a back-to-back in April of 2024.
Yes.
July of 2024. And I think that's it in 2024 until we still have some room. We're going to probably add something around Thanksgiving.
So what's really cool about the John Held group cruise is that it's on the Horizon, which we have sailed on the Panorama once. We have a back-to-back on the Panorama scheduled in April of 2024. And then we did a back-to-back on the Vista last year. So our very first sailing on the Horizon will be this December. And then we'll do another Horizon in February of 2024.
Yeah.
So we're hitting the Vista class hard.
Now, Lisa, are you doing Icon in January? Icon of the Seas?
Dana, you're going with us with which one? I'm so excited.
Um, we have oh, she's gonna be with us. Gonna be with y'all.
Well, Dana's going to be with us on the Magic. But which are you going to be with us? I know you're going to be with the. Oh,
I think
are
she-
you? Yay!
Yeah,
she's
she-
going on that too.
All right.
I didn't know.
Now, so that's awesome
How
news.
exciting!
So yeah, that's it's gonna be kind of crazy because the Icon cruise, I think that is the 27th of 2024,
Yes.
January 27th.
Yes.
So we're gonna get off of that one, come home, and then like 10 days later, or a little less than 2 weeks later, I think we'll be flying.
Listen, we've done
back to
we've
Miami
done
again.
cruised, come home, left 5 days later.
Yeah,
We're like cruising rock stars. We can handle it. We can handle it.
It does, in all honesty, become a little overwhelming after a couple months of it in a row, because in between all those cruises, we go directly right back to work. I go right back to work the very next day.
Yeah, and I say we're cruising rock stars, but you know, there's a midday nap in there on that first day. I promise you. Hey, Steve Lurd's 3D print. Oh, Vista is an awesome ship. I love that ship too. We had
Yes.
such a great time on there.
What's
funny is that we had the Horizon booked before we ever had the Vista or the Panorama booked, but then it had the propulsion issues, and then we switched to the Vista. So now we're just getting back to the Horizon again. So we're really excited about it.
It was crazy. Our first Carnival cruise we booked, we've told the story a couple times. I believe it was on the Glory,
January,
and it was or the Valor, and it was gonna be out of New Orleans in July of 2020, and then the pandemic hit.
Okay, listen, Eddie Lugo.
Click
In
the screen.
January 2025, he turns 60. I'm gonna need a cruise, so do your best to get me there. Let me tell you something. I will sing happy birthday to you every time I see you on that cruise, and I will do it with flair and style. And I promised Dave, tie-dye Dave, that I would wear a tie-dye something. So I'll even do it in tie-dye, Eddie Lugo.
Well, yeah, there you go, Eddie Lugo.
Tie-dye, happy birthday.
You have to go
with sparklers, which I don't think
you
they'll
have to go
let
on
me
the
do.
Tropic Like It's Hot group cruise, because that is January 26th of 2025.
Yeah.
And we'll celebrate your birthday.
Heck yeah.
So that
we will celebrate it.
That would be really cool.
All right, and Will G said something here.
Lisa's Adventures.
Oh, hi, Lisa's Adventures. It's so nice to see you. All right, so Will G said that he will be on the Horizon for the first time in May of 2024. That is very exciting. You have to let us know what you think. And there's Robin and Steve. Hi, guys.
Hey, guys.
So,
we did the Vista.
Yep.
Oh, what she's saying. This happens. We had the I believe it was a Valor booked out of New Orleans, and then we had to cancel that because it got canceled because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And we looked out in the future and said, all right, let's take the money and put it towards a future cruise when we believe cruising will be open again.
Yep.
So we looked all the way out to January 2022. That was going to be our 5th wedding anniversary, and we booked the Horizon. And then sometime after cruising opened, Carnival started pounding our inbox with tons of offers,
deals
for different
that you
cruises.
Cannot refuse.
So we did a cruise on the Magic we weren't planning on doing.
Yep.
We did a cruise on the Panorama we weren't planning on doing. We did a cruise on the Sunrise we weren't planning on doing, all before the end of 2021. So in the meantime, the Horizon had the propulsion problem she mentioned, the Azipod problem, and it went into dry dock, and we weren't sure it was going to make it back in time. By this point, we'd already booked a 6-day to go with our 8-day. So we're going to do a back-to-back on the Horizon. And then they announced this. So we contacted Carnival and said we were a little afraid because they were supposed to come back the day of our cruise and was booked, and we were afraid they'd miss the date.
I'm not trusting that.
We said, hey, why don't we do the Vista out of Galveston, and we'll do a back-to-back on the Vista. And the really cool thing about it was we ended up saving a bunch of money doing that.
Yeah.
It was a lot less. So we had both those cruises paid off. So when we switched over to the Vista, we ended up having all this onboard credit.
We had
which was really
nice
cool.
chunk of onboard
I think
credit.
like $600-700.
Oh, and we had so much fun. I was so glad that we did that because we just had an amazing time on the Vista.
It was a blast, and we love the Vista.
Yep, we love the Panorama too.
Our only knock against those ships is we do miss the atriums.
The
big glass elevators and atriums. That's my favorite thing on on Carnival ships
Yeah.
is that. And
I like the atrium bar. I like the glass elevators. I like that.
it's just really cool.
I wish they had that.
It's a cool place to just go and chill. Now you have that digital funnel that changes color and stuff, but it's only like 2.5 stories high, so it's not like where you look way up in the air.
Hey, GB Fat Cat, good to see you.
We really enjoy the old school.
Yeah, I like the old school atrium. I do.
But anyways, the Vista class ships are really cool. So we will be knocking off all 3 of them once we do the Horizon over Thanksgiving. That cruise over Thanksgiving is another really cool one. It's a 6-day cruise, but I believe there's 4 ports with that one, if I remember correctly.
Destination Fun. Hey, Sherry.
And it was priced really well. So we had the Jubilee book, guys, for the inaugural U.S. sailing, and then they moved it. They canceled it and moved it. And once that happened, I got beat up on. I got beat up for using clickbait because I said the Jubilee was canceled, and I had like 3 smart alecks go, "The ship wasn't canceled; it's still being built."
They sounded just like that too. See, you
got
some rhythm. You got some vocals in there that you could be sharing musically. Do you hear that? I mean, it was something.
That wasn't.
So Lisa said that she feels the same way about the atrium, and that's where we actually met Lisa and Dana in the atrium at the atrium bar. Maybe that's why I love it so much.
I met Dana at Guy's Burgers.
Well, you did, but that was.
But I ran away from her.
But I met Dana and Lisa at the atrium bar.
That's exactly where we met. Yeah.
That's why we love it so much, right there.
So anyways, guys, we do like the Vista class ships, and just for you guys that aren't familiar with Carnival, the first they didn't do it on. They did it with the Dream. They got the Dream class. So the Dream was the first one. It was a Dream. So they came out with the Breeze and the Magic, and those are the Dream class ships. And they came out with the Vista, and the Vista, the Horizon, and the Panorama are the Vista class ships. But they didn't do that with Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras, they're called XL class ships. And so you got Mardi Gras, you got the Celebration, and now the Jubilee's coming out. So the Jubilee was scheduled to come out, and we're going to do it over Thanksgiving, just like we did Celebration this past year. They canceled it. So we decided.
Well, because the very first cruise is going to be the week of Christmas.
Well, it got moved all the way to Christmas, and we're not going to cruise over Christmas. But we loved cruise over Thanksgiving last year, so we said, hey, Carnival, what you got? And the Horizon is a really nice 6-day cruise over Thanksgiving. And I was looking up the details on that because I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to give you a little pro tip.
You know what, GB? Man, the Dream is up there. I love the Dream. I really, really loved that ship. You know, there's only one Carnival ship that I have been on that I'm not crazy about. Do you want to guess what it is? Somebody guess what ship. Not the super old ones, because I haven't been on any of the super old ones. But can anybody guess what my least favorite?
Hey, before I get out of this screen, I'm going to go over real quick that.
Let them answer my question
for fun's sake. So they'll answer. Okay. Let them give them a chance. Breathe. Okay, the Carnival Horizon. You missed me. The Carnival Horizon for fun's sake cruise. It's an 8-day cruise. Okay. And so you got 2 sea days at the front end of it. Then it's in Bonaire, Aruba, La Romana, Dominican Republic, and then Amber Cove. And then it ends with 2 more sea days.
No, 1 sea day.
1 sea day, and then you're back in Florida.
Yeah.
So that's it. It's an 8-day cruise, and we do like the 8-day cruises. And I wanted to mention the details on that.
I like the 2 sea days on the front end because, I don't know, I just like that. So it's not the Glory. I loved the Magic. I liked the Sunshine, but you're getting real close here, GB. It's not the Sunshine. The Sunrise.
It is an older ship.
It's not one of the older ones,
pretty old.
But it's the Sunrise. I was not crazy about that ship.
That's a ship that we met Dana and Lisa on.
Was it the Sunrise?
Yeah, we met them on the Sunrise in December.
That was my least favorite ship so far. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it.
Okay, so the Thanksgiving Day cruise on the Horizon, I thought I'd mention this to you guys. That one takes off on the 19th, right before Thanksgiving. So you have a sea day, then you're in Jamaica, you're in Grand Cayman, Cozumel, It's only 3 ports, but it's 3
You
ports
guys-
in 6 days.
You like the sunrise, huh? See, I mean, to each their own.
Well,
See, I really loved the Vista, and Josh really doesn't like the Vista. Remember, he doesn't like that one.
yeah.
So I mean, to each their own, right?
Well, we can't. You got to keep in mind we came off the Panorama, and then we went on the Sunrise. So it was a little bit of a, you went from a newer ship to an older ship, and I can't remember what exactly we didn't like about the Sunrise, but
The Destiny, I can't remember what that is now. It might be one of those two. I can't remember.
The Sunrise used to be called the Triumph, and that's the one
That's right.
that was the poop cruise. Remember?
Yeah.
They had the
So,
backup power went out.
last time, Steve, every time I can't think of a day where they didn't have bacon except for that. They're back to
They
bacon.
stopped doing that.
They're back to bacon.
And actually, Steve, we did 9 cruises with Carnival since restart, and we were having bacon every day on cruises when people were claiming that was every other day. So
Eddie
I guess it
Lugo
just
hasn't done
depends.
Carnival since the 90s.
Yeah, you need to get on Carnival again.
Okay,
Eddie.
but Eddie, the cruise that we want you to go on is Royal. So
Yeah,
you
so
got to go on Royal.
It's a
first.
Harmony.
Yes. Hi, Together We Travel. Thank you so much for joining us.
Harmony of the Seas.
Yes, it's a
Now,
great show.
listen, Carnival. There's a lady on TikTok. I think her handle is Carnival Granny. You guys probably know her.
Yeah.
I haven't. I don't know if she has a YouTube or whatever, but she got into an argument with people in the comments. Some Royal fans were ripping her about something. She went on I believe she went on her first Royal cruise, and she, was comparing it to Carnival, and they were basically telling her, you're a slappy for Carnival and stuff like that. And she was defending it. She did a little rebuttal TikTok to whatever happened. And I didn't read the comments in the previous TikTok, but it was a brand new TikTok. And she was talking today. She goes, I don't have to tell you anything. If you want to find out what's good about Carnival, go book a cruise and go on one, and then we can talk about it. And I thought that was a pretty good
Eddie, I don't
rebuttal.
know if Jules and Brian are doing it yet. We're trying to make that happen. So we'll have to see on that. I don't know, if with the kids being in school, if that's something that's possible for them. But
Yeah.
we're gonna try. We're gonna try to get them to go.
The goal is we have 16 rooms blocked. We want to sell 32 rooms. That's what we want to do.
That's what we want to do.
So that's our goal.
We want to have a big group because we want to have fun.
Yeah,
right.
We're very serious about this. It's going to be a great time. We picked an awesome port. Galveston is awesome. Brand new terminal with Royal Caribbean,
Beautiful
which is
ship.
cool.
Awesome itinerary.
Sailing out of Texas is a different experience than sailing out of Miami or out of Port Canaveral.
So another cool point is that the guy that we always use when we go to Roatan has branched off to his own thing now.
Yes.
And we have become quite good friends with him. And he's kind of doing his own thing now. So I'm excited to get with him and see what kind of excursion he could put together for us.
So for you guys that are new to this, our group cruise, it's going to Costa Maya, Roatan, and Cozumel. And we just did cruises that did that itinerary in both December and January. So we are intimately familiar with those ports and some really cool itineraries and activities. So we're very, very excited about it. So what Laura's talking about in Roatan, we did Real Deal Roatan tours 2 times. And our driver on the first one was a guy named Emerson. So on the second tour, we requested Emerson again.
Yep.
And he wasn't going to have us until we arrived with our big group. And the owner said, Emerson, go ahead, go with those guys.
So we were so excited.
We were with him again.
Yeah.
So Emerson is he started his own tour company in Roatan called Eddie's, which is funny because Eddie must be his nickname. He didn't bother telling us that, but Eddie's tours or something like that. I'll get the name for you guys, and I plan on promoting it on our page because he's a really, really nice guy. He's got 2 little kids, and the way it works is the drivers for Real Deal are almost like contract employees. They have to go and rent the van or the bus for the day out of their own pocket, and then they split the money with the owner of the company. They get a percentage of the ticket
That
sales.
kind of sucks.
Yeah, so they have to pay for their own vehicles. So he's probably thinking, hey, I might as well, go out on my own. And the guy, he is super nice. He's like 28, 29 years old, like I said, and he is
absolutely love the guy.
Super nice guy.
Yes.
You can see on our Rotan vlog at the end where we give him a hug and we give him a big shout out to Emerson.
Absolutely love
and
that guy.
Our group, we were like in charge of our group. Jamie from Sharon at Sea made us in charge of our group, and we had a really good time.
We had a great group,
and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
JB Fat Cat was in our group.
Yeah, and we had a blast.
We had a good time, didn't we?
And the thing that was cool about it was we got to spend time with Emerson again. So when we do our group cruise, I'm sure we're gonna get with Emerson and his new company and do something.
So we're gonna do something different, because usually when you go to Roatan, you go to the rum factory, the chocolate factory, and if anybody wants to do that stuff, I'm sure we can make that happen. But there's other things to do there that I want to do. I want to do something different.
And we loved in Costa Maya with how we cruised.
Yeah,
we went in on a golf cart together.
That was so much fun.
Golf cart was $60, a 4-person golf cart.
Yep.
$30 each. And I think we tipped them 20. So it was like, we
and the golf cart only goes like
each.
Literally 20 miles an hour.
No, it does like 12 miles an hour.
Is it 12?
Yeah.
It was so slow.
And, anyway, so we went down to the main strip and went to the Crazy Lobster, and it's really cool down there, and it was a
so
blast.
Fun. Yeah.
And then we did the most epic. We did 2 awesome trips to Paradise Beach. Now we've been to Mr. Sancho's. Mm-hmm. And we did Paradise Beach in December, and we went with the large group, the Vlogger Extravaganza group, in January. And I'm going to tell you, so we've been there when it's not super busy, and we were there when it was super busy. And both times it was just an awesome time. It was a great time. So we're definitely going back to Paradise Beach.
Amanda, you have to go. It is so much fun.
Paradise Beach is another one of those places, guys, where they appreciate us being there. And I talked to the manager back in December, told her, hey, I'm going to be part of this big group. We're going to be part of this big group coming in January. And we saw her when we were there in January.
Yeah,
we talked to her, and she was laughing. She goes, you weren't kidding. This is a big group. They were following us on Instagram. And I looked, I said, man, Paradise Beach is following us on Instagram, which is really cool. But they're super nice.
I heard about this, Robin and Steve. I did hear about this. Definitely something we might want to check out. Now, Amanda, I think that you have Paradise Beach booked for the girls' cruise that you're getting ready to go on with Mallory and Teresa, right? So you're really, really, really going to love it, and you're going to want to go back. Trust me on that.
It's really, really chill, guys. It's not like Mr. Sancho's. If you don't get there right away, early, first thing in the morning, you're not going to get a good seat.
Forget about it. You might as well forget about it. But Elisa, yes. Oh my gosh. It was pouring rain. I don't know if I've ever been that wet in my entire life, but I was in the swimming pool and I didn't care.
They had a professional camera crew that recorded that video that's being shared on Facebook. Yes. They were going around with these giant, DSLR cameras on these huge gimbals. And they were just, they just did such a good job.
It was I can't wait to go back.
Yeah. I look forward to that.
Cozumel and Costa Maya and Roatan. I love that. I love the Western Caribbean.
And the other thing that's really cool is Royal Caribbean is going to be.
Shanster.
They're going to be very, very accommodating with our group.
Yes.
They will be very accommodating. They will work with us, and we know Royal's going to come through on that end.
Yes.
The other thing cool about the Harmony of the Seas is the Royal ships have a dedicated karaoke bar, which is cool when you got a big group to get a bunch of people and go to the karaoke bar at night. And they also have a sports bar. Like there'll be football going on, guys.
Yeah.
It's going to be during the NFL playoffs. And I'm going to tell you, that's another reason we picked this time to go, because there's nothing more fun than to go to the sports bar and watch playoff games.
You absolutely. So much fun.
And that will be another thing. So we guarantee you're going to have the time of your life on our group cruise.
I'm going to sing it.
Don't do it.
You'll have the time of your life.
I shouldn't have said that.
I can't help it.
But anyways, it's going to be a blast. We promise you it is going to be just a heck of a good time. And yeah, so, and we're not travel agents, right?
No.
So we have Amanda from Have Luxury Travel is handling all this for us. And I am twisting Josh's arm. He wants to go. And as long as his work,
10-foot long arm,
as long as his work schedule permits it, they'll be there. So
he'll be there.
You're running. The people aren't going to recognize. Oh, here we go. Nice ass.
Our honeymoon was. Oh, let me put it on the screen. Our honeymoon was the first sailing back on Adventures of the Seas. We had such a blast exploring Cozumel on a scooter. Can't wait to head back, hoping for this group boost. Nice apps. I would friggin' love it.
Yeah.
Friggin' love it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome if you guys could come. And hey, congratulations on that baby.
Congratulations.
They had the coolest reveal, baby announcement. It's not a reveal, it's a baby announcement. And they did it, and I shared it on our
why didn't I see this?
On our TikTok channel. What did I do? I shared it on Instagram too. She doesn't watch what I do, guys.
I'm working. Okay.
Our biggest fans are outside of this place, and in our gene pool. Our kids don't catch 1/4 of the stuff I do. But anyways, nice ass saw it because I tagged him in it. And but anyways, he has his drone. It's flying around this Royal Caribbean ship. I can't remember which one it was. And it comes in, and you see this couple standing at the rail, and the drone flies in on them, and they're holding up the ultrasound picture of the baby. How cool is that?
That is really cool.
So go to my TikTok.
Minute, I did see that. You showed it to me. That's right.
It was absolutely the most cool.
See, I didn't know that was them. I thought they did that for somebody else.
No, that was them.
Oh my God, that's beautiful. That was really beautiful.
That was so awesome. And like I said,
I'm so sorry. I thought you filmed that for another couple.
Oh yeah, if the baby's born for July 31st, they will see us on the icon. That was awesome. We definitely need to get with you guys.
Yes,
I'll tell you
that'd be so fun.
If you guys listen, Nice Apps, they do the best drone footage. There's like 2 or 3 content creators that I follow that do drone footage, and I'm going to tell you, I just love these guys because they're just so they do such a nice job at it, and I'm really enjoying watching their TikTok channel and their Instagram grow. It's really taken off, and it's funny how some type of different types of content does better, like on TikTok and Instagram, than it does on YouTube, and it doesn't cross over real neat. Like for instance, the Cruise World, I think they have over 100,000 followers on TikTok. But that's a whole different vibe. I mean, when you're going through those reels or going through the TikTok feed, or and you're watching all that stuff, and it's like one after another, after another, after another. Yeah. And they're giving you what you want to see, and I'm watching all this cruise content, so I see all this drone footage, and then all the commercials from I call them commercials, but the people trying to sell you programs to get your own license to fly a drone. We had a drone. I bought a drone for our home inspection business that we started right before the pandemic hit. And the plan was to do that when I retired from my current job. And I decided to abandon that plan. There's just way too much liability. And it was, I couldn't keep up with it. There's so much demand for it right now. I thought I'd do like 1 a week or 1 every other week. I was getting 3, 4, 5 a week. And it was just too many. But that was before I realized you had to have a commercial license to use a drone for business purposes.
I'll tell you what,
I couldn't get a license at that time because during COVID-19, you could not, all the testing centers were closed down. You had to take a proctor exam. And in my area, I could not go do that. So I had a pretty nice drone. It wasn't anything super expensive. I think it was like $1,500. And I just couldn't use it technically without worrying about getting caught by the feds.
Okay, so the wine in the wine rack, like, listen, it's upstairs.
Well, we have a wine refrigerator.
We do. We have under the bar. There's a wine fridge. So there's some wine in there.
Okay, here's the deal. We didn't remodel this basement, or I shouldn't say remodel. We didn't design this. We didn't finish this basement. We bought this house 4 years ago, already done. And apparently, the previous owners
They were
at one
some wine
time
drinkers.
they used the wine rack,
Yeah.
but then they put a wine cooler in, and it's right underneath the bar. So there's a wine cooler there, and that's
And
where.
then there's also there's a refrigerator back there. I do not like warm wine. I like it cold. So the wine that is some's upstairs, but some is down in the cooler, and some of it's in the refrigerator.
We're gonna have to start putting.
But I am actually. I promised Lisa I would share the cocktail. This cocktail is really just a red Moscato that was recommended. I'm trying to develop my my taste for wine because I'm more of a cocktail girl. I'm more of a mixed drink.
She's not a wine drinker.
I'm not really a wine drinker, but I'm trying.
But anyways, we're gonna have to
saying?
buy some wine to put up there because that's like the third person has asked about why is there wine.
I was in the middle of a sentence there. So I'm drinking red Moscato, and it's really way too sweet for me. So this is the last of it, and then luckily it'll be gone because I actually found a mixed red that is not so sweet that I tried last week, and I kind of like that. So I'm going to stick with that for a while and see if I can't get myself to a drier level. So Andrea, tell Andy I'm going to get with him on a recommendation to ease my palate into a
You should
into red wines.
Just ask
But
him
yes,
what to
Will
drink.
G, boat drinks, exactly. Yes, those are the drinks I like. The ones on the boat.
Well, you know what? Actually, she is more of a martini.
I am a martini girl.
Dirty martini.
I like me some. I like vodka
She
drinks.
is not a daiquiri, frozen drink.
I don't like
she
sweet
doesn't
stuff.
She doesn't do the boat drinks.
No,
she really doesn't.
No, that's true.
She doesn't like any of the sweet drinks like that.
Mm-mm.
But she's more except for Cosmos and.
I like Cosmos, and like at the Alchemy Bar, I can drink some of those cucumber. What do they call them? Cucumber sunrise.
What's your favorite cocktail of all time on board a cruise?
Okay, man. So it's tough because my favorite cocktail, my favorite martini is a dirty martini. But when I'm on a Carnival ship, I really, really love I think it's a cucumber sunrise.
Yeah.
At the Alchemy Bar. When I'm on Royal Caribbean, I love the espresso martini. And then at what was that one drink that we had at the Schooner Bar that I really liked? It was a
blackberry bourbon.
That was on Carnival.
No, that was it.
NCL.
It was on a tap. It was a blackberry.
I'm talking
bourbon
about
smash.
Royal Caribbean at the Schooner Bar. It wasn't an Arnold Palmer. It was a. Damn it!
They had their own. They had their own Long Island iced tea. It was called a Schooner tea or something.
Yeah, cucumber sunrise are amazing, and I don't really. It's a little sweeter, but I do really like that that drink. And then what else is it? The pineapple spicy chipotle martini.
Yeah, she drinks a lot of those.
Mama likey.
I do. I like the sidecars. At the Alchemy Bar on Carnival ships.
The cucumber sunrise, you just can't go wrong with it.
And the what was the espresso martinis on the
So listen, that espresso martini on Royal Caribbean at the what is it, the Crown and Anchor?
No.
What is it?
It's it's so funny.
The
Atlas Globe and Atlas.
Globe and Atlas.
The ball and anchor. The ball and chain right here.
If I don't know it, I'm gonna make it up. Okay.
Yeah,
anyway, we were like kind of dragging. It was a long day, and we were like, you know what? Let's try to get like a espresso martini and see if that like sparks us up a little bit. Boy, did it!
I like those too, Andy. The 40 is a new 20.
That is good.
I'll start depending on what's going on and how busy they are. I will drink cocktails at the Alchemy Bar for hours at a time and not venture out to have beer. You guys that watch me, you know I drink beer. That's my first choice. And there's a lot of jokes about it being Michelob Ultra, but that's usually my first choice of I drink light beer because I drink a lot of them. And regular beer is just too filling. And but anyways, I will start off with like a sidecar, but I get it without the sugar around the rim. I do not like any drinks with sugar around the rim at all. I hate that.
Ooh, a lemon drop. I like lemon drops.
But
too.
I will start bouncing around on that menu, and that's another one. 40 is new 20, and there's another one. What's it? The Remedy? I think there's one called the Remedy. I remember the first time I realized I had one is I was looking at my phone footage from the day before, and I seen this pink drink, and I said, who's drinking that? And she goes, you were. And I'm like, what was it? She goes, it's
Let
a
me
remedy.
just tell you that he just said like 4 things that triggered songs in me that I held back on. So I just want you to
It's
know that
pretty
I'm proud
easy.
of myself.
You can't hardly say anything without coming up with a song.
I like had 4 the remedy. I
Yeah.
had a song for that, and then there's like 4 songs
Black
there
Roach.
that I did not
Yeah.
did not sing.
But
just now.
yeah, the Alchemy has a
I
lot of really.
restrained.
They have a lot of good drinks at the Alchemy Bar, but that martini, the espresso martini at my goodness, on Royal Caribbean. I never had one before, and I was pounding those things.
I'm going to
down.
be honest, Elisa. Like I feel a little shaky because it's holding that back is it's not easy for me.
Yeah, she's a song lyric machine.
Tell him say whenever this annoys the crap out of him. But whenever you say the word Tennessee,
No,
do it.
No.
Whenever he says the word Tennessee, I go Tennessee at him, and it annoys him. Just do it.
That? No,
come on.
They know that song. Tell us who sings it.
Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Oh, it's coming to me. Who sings that, guys? Tennessee. It's at the tip of my tongue. It's at the tip of my tongue.
Bill's here.
Hi, Bill.
We got Together We Travel, Bill.
Who sings Tennessee? It's coming to me. It's on the tip of my tongue. Katie, where are you?
Who else is in here?
I'm going to Google it. I can't stand it.
Here's some more drinking tips.
All right, read the drinking tips while I look that up.
Drinking Michael and David's Petite, delicious. The bottle has a leak in it, though. It's empty. Okay, Lisa, good cover on that. We don't need to go to any meetings or anything. I like it. Pesky leaking bottles.
Arrested Development. I'm so disappointed in myself.
Well, you tried.
I feel like I have failed you all.
You don't know the bands. You just know the lyrics.
No, I know most of the bands.
You don't know names of
Listen,
some of the
if
songs
you're doing
either.
music trivia, you really want me on your team. Especially if it's 80s, 90s, 2000s. Past that, I'm probably not of any help to you.
Okay, hey, we have a little bit of a scare here.
Oh,
before we went online, we've been having issues. We had the weather's been so crazy around here the last couple weekends, and we had some really high winds and some snow, some freakish late winter snow, and thunder and lightning. It was really weird the other day, and we had a lightning storm, and from that point forward, our cable and internet or TV and everything's through Xfinity, and it all went out for like 16 hours. We had nothing, and then once it came back online, it somehow damaged our router, and our router is supplied by Comcast. So I woke up in the middle of the night, and I looked at my phone, and it gave me a notification that our Blink security cameras had been offline for like 2.5, 3 hours, and it's because the Wi-Fi was down. Now the cable was working, but the Wi-Fi isn't working. So I ran all the diagnostic tests on it through the app, and it turns out the router needs to be replaced. So I ordered a new router in the middle of the night, and it's supposed to be here and they got an updated one. I don't know why we wouldn't have got it all automatically. The companies don't even get me started on them.
Guess who works from home?
Her. But before this, we had no Wi-Fi in this house at all, and I was preparing to do the live stream using my phone, through the cellular service. So anyways, it came back online about 10 minutes before we went live. So pretty crazy. And it could go out at any time for all we know. It's so nutty.
We were lucky though, because during all those storms, a lot of our friends and family did not have power.
Dana knew it.
Dana knew it. I saw that. Bill from Warm Strong Adventures, he lost power. KDP lost power. A lot of our friends and family lost power. So a lot of people came over.
Our router feels really hot to the touch too. Whatever happened to it, it screwed it up.
It got a little fried.
But they have a brand new router out that's like 100 times faster, all this stuff. And it's just aggravating because we're paying for the fastest, largest data plan they have. Our cable bill is like $400 a month, guys, with everything we have going on. And
listen, I'm going to tell you,
nutty that we don't already have the best equipment.
Goals, work from home. I'll be honest with you. It has its good and it has its bad things.
Listen, she's not gonna.
I
She ain't gonna convince us that are still working in the workplace.
yeah.
Kyle and I, we listen to her and Taylor go. You don't understand. I don't get out of my pajamas all day. I'm like, that's a good problem to have, man.
No.
It's got its downsides, but it's got a lot of upside. I'll tell you one thing. Laura has a vehicle that has just a little over 10,000 miles on it, and she's had it for 2 years. She's not driving. She's not going out risking her life on the roads, going back and forth to work. She's not spending gas, driving back and forth to work. She doesn't have to buy lunch, going back and forth to work.
All of those things I enjoy, by the way.
Yeah, but it costs money. So with the way that it works out, and she's not. And here's the most important thing: if you guys know me, I always go on about time. You can always make more money, but you'll never make more time. I don't have a long drive, but I spend a little over an hour a day round trip going back and forth to work 7 days a week.
Andrew loves working from home, and Andrew is agreeing with you.
That's over 7 hours a week that I am losing every week going back and forth.
All right, let me just give you food for thought. And this is something silly and minor, but if you are a music lover, okay, and you love music, I love music, okay, which is why I'm always singing stuff because I love music. I don't ever get to listen to music. I don't get to, in the car, when you're jamming, you're, driving down the freeway, headed to the office, headed to your place of employment, and you got your tunes blasting and you're just enjoying your music. I don't get to do that anymore. I don't get to do that. That's one thing.
But she does. She has vlogs playing all day long while she's doing her work in her office. So there's different trade-offs. Like she could be listening to music, but she's watching TV. So what's that? I hate work from home. Yeah, that's so funny.
See, Peyton understands.
Peyton's a liar.
He understands.
Peyton is a liar.
Jennifer gets it. I do too. I had to go to I had a doctor's appointment, like a quick, just got a shot and left.
That's Andrew, isn't it?
No, Andrew's this is Jen, and Andrew is with her.
Okay.
But I get it, girl. Like I went to the doctor and I had like 4 minutes. I got to hear a whole song and I had it full blast and I like loved life.
Oh, you
there was sunshine. I rolled the window down and it like blew through my hair a little bit.
Listen,
and life was good. I loved it.
You don't have to listen to music. You can listen to music when that
says the guy that listens to his music every day on his way to work.
I listen to music all day, every day. I listen to it at work.
See, music lover here. Together we travel. You get it. Like that's like a big deal.
I listened to over 25,000 hours of music last year on Spotify.
The last thing I'll say to give you food for thought is this. When you work away from home, okay, yes, we'll do more money for cruises. You're right. That's a tick for the pro side. But a tick for the con side, okay? When you leave work, there's an off switch. You get into your car.
Not your job.
I'm talking.
This
is Laura time.
It's a theory.
When you get into your vehicle, and when I worked in the office, I get in my vehicle and I'm no longer at work. I'm driving home. I decompress. I go home and I'm home. There's no disconnect. There's no off switch when you work from home. That's not.
But her job doesn't stop because she left work. She get home and then her phone will be blown up. And she'll be getting calls.
Together we travel. Let's test this theory. I would love to see if we are really good. And yes, Meg, Laura time. Absolutely. Just that little 10, 15-minute drive home.
But and again, what Laura could do, and I told her, she could get in her car every morning and make a road trip to get a coffee, pretend like she's going to the office, drive around the block, and then pull back in the driveway and come in and say, hey, how you doing, Lorraine, Charlie, Max? Like she's her coworkers, and go to her office. It's all mindset.
Yeah.
But honest to God, though, the way the roads are, how crazy people drive, you every time you get in your car and you get on the freeway, you're at risk. You're at risk of getting in an accident, and you don't have that going on. And, within the way car insurance works too, you're risking whatever your deductible is every time you leave your house. The other day I'm driving. It snowed. The whole left lane is nothing but snow and slush. Driving along, and I see, because when I leave to go to work, it's dark out. When I come home, it's dark out. the headlights in the left lane did something weird. I got like a flashing light in my side view mirror. So I look over, this car is sliding out of control and goes bouncing off the rail, almost hits the semi truck that's in the middle lane, gets sliding back there, hits the rail again, and then gets off at the exit I was getting off. And this whole side of this car was just tore up, and you could smell the rubber burning because the front fender was smashed in, rubbing against the wheel, the tire. And I'm sitting there going, wow, how, it's just, you just never know. He was lucky. He was unlucky. Well, he was dumb. He shouldn't have went in that left lane. But he was lucky that he didn't get killed or didn't kill anybody else making his bad decision,
So, Katie, absolutely. I have a bad habit. I'm kind of like, hey, I need this to do. And then I read what I wrote and I go back to the beginning of it. Hi, how are you? I hope you're having a great day. I always forget the niceties.
Yeah.
I always got to go back and say, hi, how are you? I hope you're having a great day. And then leave the rest of it in there.
But it does
go back and add the niceties.
It does have its bad points.
I miss coworkers.
I agree that. But
I miss having coworkers.
I want to kill mine. So I'm there 7 days a week. So it's a true 7 days a week.
Yeah.
It pays really well, but it's like Groundhog Day with Bill Murray.
But see, you know what though? Like I can complain to my dog about, my coworkers. He doesn't care.
See,
he's a terrible listener.
I look forward all day long to getting home, and she's there going, "Oh my God, I got to get out of this place.
I got to get out of here."
So, but we both love traveling, so we do it all. We do it all for the nookie.
And true.
Yeah.
But the beautiful thing about I could have went into that song.
I did.
But it's not you did, and I'm proud of you. But I mean it wasn't that will take us from a PG-13 to an R rating, so I skipped it. But here's the thing.
The nookie.
My job allows us to travel. I can take my laptop with me, and people on the cruise ship sometimes will say nasty things to me, like, you shouldn't be working on a cruise. And I look at them and I smile and I say, I get to cruise. How many cruises have you taken this year? 3. Well, this is my 10th. Well, and I get to cruise that much because I have to put a couple hours
she's doing a lot
of
more
work.
She's doing a lot more on her phone now than she used to.
Yeah.
She used to insist on only using her laptop to read her email. So we've got her email app from her work on her phone now. So she's able to go through our email on her phone now, and she can make her calls and all her texting and all that stuff from her phone.
Jennifer, send me your cell phone number and I will text you, and we can complain about our coworkers together because we're at home and nobody else cares. And I care. And I need someone to care.
I have a job where I work in the skilled trades. So I work on equipment. I fix stuff, move stuff, and install stuff, basically. And I have customers, but the stuff we do is kind of complicated, and they sometimes don't know what they're asking for and don't know. They don't follow like physics or something. Like they want like an 8-foot machine to fit in a 4-foot space. And I've been doing this for a long time. I don't have patience for them no more, guys.
Well, I mean, there's like certain things like, I had this one coworker that was so much fun, Adam, so much fun to work with, total neat freak. So like I would walk by his office and I'd look in there and everything would be like perfectly neat. So I would walk up and I would like knock his pencils over or something and just walk away. I miss that kind of stuff. Like, walking in and knocking something over and just going back to your desk and finishing your job.
Just for the record, I love the guys I work with. My coworkers, the guys in my crew, my fellow tradesmen. We all get along great. It's just the customers. The customers drive.
This is so funny, Jennifer. I told Andrew I was late to work the other day when I had to go around the laundry and not get my unit. I get it. I totally get it. When I first started working from home, and the dogs would start not barking, like if somebody walked by the house or came to the door or something, I used to get so embarrassed. I'd be like on the phone, with one of my clients or something, and I'd be like, oh, I'd be so embarrassed. I'm so sorry. I work from home, and my dogs are going crazy, and I was all embarrassed about it. Now I don't even think twice about it. I'm like, hold on a second. Let's let him get his barks out. All right. Yep. Somebody walked by the house. Like, I'm totally over that now. But I guess it's been a good 2 years now. So it's so funny.
Yeah, like I said, it's got its good points
It
and its
does.
bad points. And
So I guess we're about ready to wrap it up, baby.
yeah.
We talked about our group
Oh,
cruise. Drop it like it's hot.
I was going to show you guys something. All right, so we get a lot of questions about what do we use to record our vlogs and equipment questions and what editing software we use. We get all these kind of questions from people, and the longer we continue going and our channel growing, we get more and more of these comments and questions. So the primary thing I've been using has been the iPhone Pro Max 13 for the lion's share of the work. Now, over since we started our channel, I went through a Canon DSLR camera. I went through a Sony ZV-1 camera, two different GoPros. I still have the GoPro, and I use the GoPro as like my emergency backup camera. I had to get rid of the ZV-1 because it was driving me crazy because the digital image stabilization was awful. It was a great camera when you had it sitting on a stationary on a table in front of you. It was great for that. But as soon as you start moving around, man, it would give you motion sickness. And they have some kind of program you can go through to edit, put your film through, your footage through Sony that stabilizes it and fixes it. But I'm like, oh my God, it's just too much trouble. So I decided I wanted to go back to having more of a professional camera to improve some of our camera game, especially in low light situations. The iPhone struggles in low light situations. So like when
That's very true.
we're in like the MDRs,
The
we're at the bar,
Yep.
we're doing our chair dancing,
Yep.
and it's the lighting's never looks real
And
good.
you know what else is not only is the lighting not good, but it's difficult to get me in there going like this and him in there going like this.
Well,
And we can't get both of us together, so we're like either bumping heads
'Cause you
to
don't
try to
have-
get us both in the shot.
we were using the self-facing little tiny camera, right? And that lens, and it's just really, really small. It's not a wide angle lens.
So it
And
catches this, but it
for-
doesn't catch that.
For vlogging, you need a wide angle lens. A lot of people don't realize that, but you need a wide angle lens. So right now, our camera, we're using a Logitech
Good night,
webcam,
Wilgie.
and it's about 3 feet away from us. But if you see, we don't have to be jammed in tight like this. Now, if you look at us like on our when we're doing vlogs like from the ship, we have to get in really close because the camera is so close to us, and we're using that. Now, if we flip the camera over and use the bigger lenses, it'd be a wider shot, which would work out better. But we can't tell if we're recording or not,
Right.
because we can't see ourselves, right?
Very
So,
true.
anyways, what I got was this. I haven't even pulled it out yet. It's a Nikon Z30 camera, and this camera is designed for vloggers. That's what it's for. It is a mirrorless camera, which means it doesn't have the viewfinder you look through. It has the screen, so you can flip the screen around when you're pointing the camera at yourself. You can have the screen facing you, so you can see what it's recording. Right.
Pull it out, Eddie. Eddie said.
And then the other thing is it has interchangeable lenses. So it has the lenses like the DSLR cameras have. So I still have to get I'm going to get a different lens. This came in a kit, so it's got a kit lens in it, which is a 50 millimeter. It's 15. I think it's 16 to 50 millimeter lens that comes with this camera, and that's a good all-purpose lens. But I'm going to get a 13 millimeter lens to go with this thing. But it basically, looks like this. And
that looks like that would be easy to hold on to with that little grippy thing in the front.
Yeah, it's got a good grip. But there's so it's facing you, right? And that's the screen, so you'll be able to see what's going on. Now this thing, and you can turn it, you can spin it. So if I'm going around, if I'm recording somebody else, I can see what it looks like it's in here. The cool thing is it does 4K without any crop. So when you're using the digital image stabilization with this camera, it doesn't crop it at 4K. The Sony ZV-1, when you're using the digital stabilization, which sucked, by the way, I mentioned that already, it not only would be wobbly, it would crop the screen down. So it would make it even harder to get everything in. And on that camera, you couldn't change the lens. On this camera, you can change the lens size. So this was
Amanda wants to know what the camera name is.
It's a Nikon Z30.
And what did you pay for it?
I think it's around $700.
Eddie Lugo, ding, 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 ding. You won the Price is Right.
Yeah, it's like $700.
You didn't go. You didn't overbid. You didn't go too much under. Like
the
700.
thing is, the lens I'm going to get for this thing is it's like a $460 lens. So I'm going to pick that lens up before we go on our cruise to Alaska.
So we're excited. We're definitely going to use it and get used to it beforehand.
And we can use it for streaming.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. This thing, you can use it for streaming. And the cool thing about it, the Sony ZV-1, I could do the streaming with it as well. But the problem with that camera is you had to use the batteries. You could not plug it into a power source while streaming, which meant if you were on for longer than like 30, 40 minutes, you were at risk of your battery going dead.
Yeah.
Now, they had a dummy battery, which is you would put this thing in, it had a wire, you'd plug it in, and you have to leave your battery door open with this thing hanging out. And I didn't like that. It was sold by like aftermarket people on Amazon, and I never did that. The other thing I got was they have a creator's kit, which makes this thing even a little more versatile. It comes with the Rode microphone, you can see right there, and the mount for it. And it comes with a tripod grip and a remote control. And the cool thing about the remote control is it comes off that grip, so you can put this thing on like a selfie stick to get like the mic from Cruise Nuts 23-foot selfies. I wouldn't put it on there, but if you put it on a longer selfie stick or whatever, or you put it on a full-size tripod, the control for it comes off of this, and it's like a little remote control like you use it through TV or something, and you can start and stop the recording with it, or take still pictures, all this stuff. So it's a really versatile setup. The creator's kit, I think, was like $150. So the whole thing together is around $850, I think.
So Meg says she has a phone. She'll stick with that.
Well, we're going to keep Meg. We're going to keep using the phone, but there's times when, I'm going to want. I had to start picking it up a little bit. And the other thing about that is it's Bluetooth and Wi-Fi compatible, so I can actually pretty much like almost airdrop footage to my phone. I will continue to edit all my videos with my phone. I like the Splice program for iPhone, and that's what I use. I pay $4.99 a month for that, for the premium.
So Amanda was
program.
Looking at the Sony ZV E10.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think that one has interchangeable lenses too. The Nikon just came out, and after doing my research, I went with the Nikon.
It was voted the best, one of the very best cameras for
vloggers.
Cameras, that's why we went with it, because it had features that were,
you're gonna like, if you're wanting a camera to take pictures with, that's different. If you want a photography camera, you're gonna want the big DSLR with the the Mark McClure stuff. You see that guy's camera?
Yeah,
he's got the lens that
Mark's got a big old lens.
I'm not doing any of that kind of stuff, guys. I have no interest of doing action photography or anything like that. We're not moving that fast.
Well, good. Good, Amanda. It looks like that'd be a good fit for you.
But I had the Sony ZV-1, Amanda, and that was rated supposed to be a really good vlogging camera, and I did not like it. And I sold it. Now, the one you're talking about is a newer version of that one, and I was gun shy to go with Sony again. That's why I went with Nikon.
Yeah.
The Nikon one is much newer. It just came out, and if you guys look it up, the Nikon Z30, it gets really, really good ratings, and it does really well head-to-head on all the other cameras.
So check it out.
Yeah, so it's good. And I'm not paid by Nikon.
We are not.
But who knows? Maybe. No, they won't.
So anyway, we kept you guys long enough.
Me not to mention them.
We kept them. We
see all my shaky footage.
We went over the new camera. We talked about the group cruise. We talked about the John Held cruise that we booked.
Yeah, make sure, hey guys, you can still book that one, the For Fun Sake number 6 cruise.
Yes.
That's gonna be awesome.
But you got to make sure you register. Thanks, Meg. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. We love you guys so much.
Yep. Thank you for dropping by.
I'll sip my last little bit of this here. And
next week I'm gonna try to have the Z30 set up for our live and see if that lifts, because our quality here is terrible.
It's all right. But together we travel. Peace and blessings to you. Guys. We love you guys all so much. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on your way out. We'll see you next week. Bye.